It's me, Brick Road! Hey, let's play Shantae. Sounds good. Let's do it. Okay, Mimic was not as much of a help as I anticipated, although he's the one who told me he can't get east and west correct, so whatever. I wasn't expecting him to be much help anyway. We're gonna go back to Bandit Town. Down, up, Y, left, Y, right. Down, up, Y, left, Y, right. We got 2 new dances last video. We got one that turns me into, or 3 new dances. One that warps me to Watertown, which we're not going to bother with. One that turns me into a Tinkerbet, which seems to be very good. And one which fills my hearts. I don't really care about that. Where's the person in here? Yeah, that was Risky Boots, dummy. Bandit Town. I keep calling it Monster Town. It's called Bandit Town. Oh well. Yeah, that information would have been nice beforehand. Who's the person here who's talking about, like, the spyglass or whatever? Yeah. I am tough as nails, lady. Four shades of green. That's, yeah, like the original Game Boy only had 4 shades of green. Ha ha ha. But you know what? This is a Game Boy Color game, so I don't know what these people want from me. There was a guy here who mentioned like a scrying stone or something. Huh, I wonder why he's not here now. I'm loath to do this, guys, but down, up, right, left, BA. But I'm gonna have to talk to some of the other NPCs. I mean, you have to take what they say with a grain of salt, obviously, but I really need to get pointed in the right direction here. Oh, man. What's up, buddy? I already did that. He didn't say anything useful to me. Where's the highest point? Maybe I should know this. Just where's the highest point in the world? Perhaps the summit of Mount Pointy is where. Yeah, the summit of Mount Pointy was where the Twinkle Palace was. That's the highest point in the mountain anyway. Not really sure what could be higher than that. Sky! I really don't like Sky, you guys. She's the one who says, go east! And I went east, and she's like, oh, I meant west! Then I hit her with a van. Yeah, they're gonna say the same thing now. Alright. That didn't do me any good. Down, up, Y, left, Y, right. Let's just head up the mountain there. And hope I don't spend 19 videos stuck, because why can't Mimic just say where the highest point is? Why does he have to erg? Let's fly back to Mount Pointy, and maybe the summit is the highest point. Maybe that's the secret. Okay, I need to go straight down there so I don't hit any spikes. No spikes, please. Cool. Mount Pointy is completely covered in... If we were to fly straight up, there's like a ceiling covered in spikes. So maybe there's like a hole in that ceiling somewhere. Let's try it out, you guys. What do you think? Yeah, now 10 of those gems equals 1 heart from here on out, because I've got that cool heart dance. And so I'm going to be very careful and not hit any spikes and try to grab the gems as I go. Spikes, spikes, spikes. This is a heck of a mountain, don't you agree? Oh! Dang! Nabbit! I'm betting this is where I need to be. The highest point in the world is going to be above the ceiling of Mount Pointy. Let's fly back to the dungeon and then fly straight up from the dungeon. Because the dungeon is the highest point on actual land. Oh, come on. Yeah, the dungeon's the highest actual point on land, so maybe just above the dungeon. Oh, come on! Yeah, let's fly back to the dungeon, because that's the highest point on land. So if we fly up from the dungeon... Good, history did not repeat itself. Here's the dungeon. Be very careful if there's any spikes up there. So that's where I died last time. Careful, careful, careful. It's going to be annoying if this is not where I have to go. Oh, come on. There's the heart container over this way that I got a couple of videos ago. Yeah, it was right here. So that must be, there must be a whole area up there of floor that I need to cross through. And that's what all this is. Or maybe it's just the craziest mountain ever, where it's got like another bigger upside down mountain just above it. I wonder what the earliest... Oh, that was it. Yeah, that stupid ceiling is there through the entire dungeon. Dang it. I really wish I could remember what that NPC had said. Oh, well, that's a game over now. Harumph! Oh, risky boots. Guys, I'm gonna take a sip of soda, so if you hear a slurping noise, I apologize. Ah, refreshing. Where do I need to be then? Mimic, you didn't give me much of a clue to go on here, Doc. You should be a living treasure box somewhere. Highest points. I'm not sure where the highest point is. Huh. You'd think it would be Pointy Mountain. Don't you think it would be the mountain? I know there was a guy in Bandit Town who mentioned something about it. Down, up, Y left, Y right. If the NPC just is not there, because I remember I talked to him and I was recording when I talked to him, because I have never played the game, or I haven't been recording. So if I don't see him here, I'm just going to have to go back through the old videos and see if I can find him that way. There he is, Flying Pyramid. That's where the legendary spy scope is hidden. The Flying Pyramid. There was a heart container sitting atop a pyramid-like structure. Let me pause the game here. Can you hear that paper rustling? That is my checklist here, because we just now got that heart container. Looks like that is back in the desert, which means we're going to Oasis Town. Alright, what is Oasis Town? Down, up, left, left, YB. You know what? I guess this is better than a lot of modern, especially Nintendo. That was the Zombie Town. Especially Nintendo adventure games like Zelda and Metroid. Down, up, right, right, YB. But what they do is you get to the end of the game, and then suddenly they say, oh yeah, by the way, you have to collect these dozen MacGuffins that we just now heard of and thought of. So, yeah, go ahead and get on that. And you're like, man, I just finished the dungeon. All that's left to do is the last boss, and now I've got to like sail my ship around and hunt for Triforce pieces or ancient Chozo artifacts or whatever. I think I mentioned in an earlier video that's why I didn't like... I think it's right here. How do you like that? There it is. Let's see what this does. This must be the legendary spy scope. No, he's gonna bore a hole through you and look through. Choose my destination, eh? This is interesting. Cool. On the way to the last dungeon, guys. This is it. Risky Boots' stronghold. Gonna fight a lot of Tinkerbats. And you know what? I'm gonna do it in Tinkerbat form, which is the down, down, up. I know that because I've got it written down on my sheet. Because I knew there was not gonna be a spot for another dance on the subscreen. So there we got Tinkerbat form. Guys, see you back here on what may well be the last episode of Let's Play Shantae. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.